While poking around on Google Earth, I came across this strange, isolated trail right next to these sandstone walls that are covered in dark desert varnish. I was curious if something could be hidden here, curious to why there was a trail next to these walls away from any established routes. So, I hopped in my car and went to camp in the area to see if I could find this place. Oh yeah, and of course, before we go explore, we gotta try camp cooking for our very first time. It is time to eat. It's our first time actually cooking outdoors, I guess. Literally like a spoon in a plastic knife. So the oil keeps freezing solid even when it's like 50 degrees. So yeah, don't get coconut oil.
I feel like that's probably common sense for a lot of people. Maybe
yeah, I don't know who I'm talking to. Alright, well that food is simmering. I'll give you a quick tour of the campground that we were at, but it's not really a campground, it's literally just a dirt pull-off. But for now, yeah, this is the setup. Got the car here, the cross track. Not much to camp. I'll show you where we're sleeping tonight. Just in here, nice and cozy. It's gonna get pretty cold tonight. It's been getting cold, so gotta have those good sleeping bags. And then over here, it's super funny. I could not think of a more classic Western campsite, but it's always funny when you find these camp rings with half burned wood and then a bunch of, like destroyed Coors beer bottles, and usually there's some shotgun shells around, but surprisingly I don't see any here. Let's get a reveal. Dude, I love the sound almost more than the smell. I don't know if Cajun seasoning is good on whatever this is, but we're not gonna try it. I mean, this is fun, dude. I can see why people like cooking. Alright, here's the final product. Chicken, canned chicken, bell peppers, and onions, and some paprika. Or Cajun seasoning, I guess. Pretty good.
That's pretty good. For it being our first time cooking outside like this, it's pretty good. Go see you processing. Go see you chewing.
I really like it.
That's pretty good.
I think that's pretty good. The seasoning works. Yeah, that's the dinner. There's I don't know, after eating.
Cross section, I don't know.
Cross section, yeah. Anyway, there you go. That's a pretty cheap meal. Alright, Martha and I have been hiking for a while, and we finally found the petroglyphs. And there's a pretty popular area right above us, past these cliffs, where the petroglyphs are. And I don't think many people come down here and look at them, which is really good, because it means they don't get defaced. But I'll try to give you a quick tour of the area. There's so many. This is the most petroglyphs I've ever seen in one area. Literally, we've been walking for half a mile, and all across the walls like these, you'll just see dotted everywhere little petroglyphs just here and there, and then eventually you'll find like a huge panel of them, which I'll show you the huge panel in a second. There's just little stuff everywhere. So here it is. It's a huge desert varnish wall with more figures than I could go through in one time, but my favorites have to be those guys up there. Just huge, 2 foot long, really big guys. They must have been standing on top of this rock. There's also a really cool snake up there. And then my other favorite is this guy, because he looks like a little alien. And he's got a little like antenna, antenna. That's the word I'm looking for. Like in Toy Story. Yeah, of course, got the big or the bighorn sheep everywhere. We were speculating because a lot of these petroglyphs are not that high quality. Like, for example, this one right here obviously isn't like an artistic masterpiece or anything, which I recently learned it's not to be called rock art, it's more of a story. Regardless, some of them are better than others, and we were wondering why that is. And my theory is maybe this is where they had a lot of teaching, or where they practiced their art, or where just it was a big meeting ground to convey ideas. I have no idea, and probably whatever speculation I could make is horribly wrong. But I really like this guy, little guy right here. He's so funny looking. And again, just to emphasize how many pictographs there are, just this wall is littered with it, and this isn't even a main panel. This one is probably the biggest in this area. Just covered with snakes, sheep, weird alien dudes. There's even a foot. Really old ones that have been taken over by the desert varnish again. I don't know what this big thing is. Some triangles. Got everything.
Some of the other interesting finds were these petroglyphs that look strangely like exclamation points, as well as these huge like bighorn sheep, deer figures that were following each other. And there was also some beautiful plants like this cactus here and this yucca that were just so photogenic.
Alright, here's the last cool one I'll show you guys. This one depicts a scene of a hunter and some sort of prey animal. Super cool. He's got some sort of frill on his head. I don't know if he's got a spear or a bow, but make sure to always respect petroglyphs or pictographs.
Overall, it seemed that this strange trail in the desert was made from people stumbling upon this ancient communication site in this isolated desert meadow. From the two main panels I showed you here and here, to the hundreds of other spaced out petroglyphs along all these walls, it is clear that this place was important. We can only guess about what this place was, what its purpose was, and what messages were being conveyed here. But I'm glad I got to see it.
If you liked that video and you want to see me check out some more ancient history, check out this video right here.